name is Chris Bergan. I work with Rick, sort of, on the Energy Reality Project. And I'm co-administrator. He founded it. About 1,200 members, about 50 countries. I think the majority of which are Canadian or American. The last few months, several people from Africa seem to have been joining. But at the moment, I'm going to talk about ecomodernism. Greetings on behalf of Ecomodernist Communications, which is not directly linked to Energy Reality Project. Ecomodernist Communications is a legally registered nonprofit dedicated to the promotion of ecomodernism. You may be more familiar with this if you have listened to the Ecomodernist podcast or watched the Ecomodernist Soapbox on YouTube. We hope to play a major role in popularizing the concept of ecomodernism so as to move out of popular culture's current dead-end thinking and reboot to a new and better environmentalism 2.0. We must all examine our collective human condition, looking towards the best solutions that science has to offer in overcoming problems, and to advocate for real science-based environmental and climate action. So what is ecomodernism, and why does it need to be supported? Ecomodernism is enabling energy abundance to allow civilization to peaceably progress into a Star Trek or the Jetsons type of future. But that's why we should also, while that is happening, we should also see wildlife flourish as it did only 1 or 2 centuries ago. Nursing our shared planet back to health is our motto at Ecomodernist Communications. In a broader sense, ecology-based modernism is another way to define who we are. A wide focus on clean, non-antagonistic modernity, by that I mean non-antagonistic towards other humans as well as towards nature and the oceans. Non-antagonistic modernity is what distinguishes us from other valuable pro-nuclear podcasts. That difference is crucial for many reasons. First and foremost, because the broader context of ecomodernism allows us to move beyond the preaching to the science-literate choir and engage other communities that are beset by the same anti-science hysteria that is holding back scientific advancement on many fronts. What we're offering is a roadmap that, in many ways, is far different from the eco-austerity which much of today's popular environmental movement seems drawn towards. Promoting a modern society at peace with the planet distinguishes us from the many other influential environmental groups. That difference should be pivotal for moving environmentalism out of a 20th century mindset, which is why Ecomodernist Communications has given voice to so many leading scientists, academics, authors, and journalists, such as NASA Hall of Fame astronaut Dr. Franklin Chang Diaz, best-selling author Mark Linus, Pulitzer Prize-winning author Richard Rhodes, and many others, including a few in this room, as guests or as co-hosts. Yes, the best defense is a good offense, and in the case of nuclear power, ecomodernism offers a broader vision of nuclear energy being a driving force towards a brighter, hopeful future that unfolds through the exponential advance of science and technology. It is with that in mind that we feel our show is a rare combination of environmentalism and futurism that strives to capture the imagination of the possible. What we are presenting in our podcast is not just a sense of optimism, but also a sense of urgency as well. While mainstream environmentalism has, in our opinion, definitely lost its way, the one thing they do get right is that mankind is at a crossroads that severely threatens our future prosperity and even our future existence on this planet. And yes, we're faced with a climate emergency that can not only threaten our human civilization, but significantly alter the general life cycle across the whole planet. We've done many podcasts related to the climate crisis with the purpose of directly engaging local grassroots environmentalists and climate action groups. In particular, the book Climate Gamble has a title which is exactly our message to the environmental community: Stop gambling away our future on a failed theory. If you say it's a climate emergency, act like it's a climate emergency and embrace the best tools, which certainly includes nuclear power. Among the other climate-related Ecomodernist podcasts, we spoke with lead scientist Dr. Will Steffens, who in a report in the Proceedings of National Academy of Sciences outlined the danger of our planet slipping catastrophically into a hothouse Earth, as well as interviews with famed Arctic explorer and scientist Dr. Peter Wadhams of Cambridge University, also the highly regarded atmospheric scientist Dr. Ken Caldeira of Stanford University. I should point out that our focus on the climate is certainly aimed as much at the general public as science professionals. Restaurant or convenience store workers, cab drivers, beauticians, corporate officers, and high school students should all know the basics of how certain energy types create greenhouse gas emissions, which affects climate. What we are saying is this: we have a stark choice between modernity and chaos. If we collectively fail to act with a profound sense of urgency in the defense of all sound science, then our many efforts to save this planet from a climate catastrophe will be for naught. Failure is not an option, which makes our actions all the more imperative. That is why we are looking to assist with the founding of the first chapters of Ecomodernist Society in North America. There's already at least one in Europe, none in the US or Canada. Let's get that started. Another goal of ours is to expand the Ecomodernist message to the airwaves as Ecomodernist radio across college radio and community stations around the nation. Again, we hope that those of you who don't know our work will check out our audio podcast as well as our video op-eds, the Ecomodernist Soapbox, on YouTube. If you've checked us out and like what we are doing, we'd appreciate some support, purchasing some online merchandise, which can spur the Ecomodernist message. Your donations can help us to update our website, production equipment, and continue to participate in conventions and forums. Direct contributions can also be made at our website, ecomodernistpodcast.org, and volunteers are just as valuable as money. If you're interested in volunteering with us or have ideas for us, please contact us, ecomodernistpodcast@gmail.com. And with other podcasts, give us a good review online. And on behalf of Ecomodernist Communications, I'd like to thank all those who have been involved with the original Ecomodernist Manifesto, those who have promoted ecomodernism like the Finnish Ecomodernist Society and the Breakthrough Institute, our many podcast guests and co-hosts, and each of you who are attending this Thorium Energy Alliance conference. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. All right, so can I have my microphone back before you walk away with it?
No.